Hi Libra, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a new moon in Virgo on September 6th. And we have Mars moves into your sign on the 16th. Then we have a full moon in Pisces on the 20th. And Mercury goes retrograde on the 27th. And for those of you having birthdays in September, happy birthday. So anyway, we'll talk about the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say for Libra. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of September 2021? What's coming up for Libra? September 2021. What does Libra need to know? September 2021. What does Libra need to know about love and relationships? September 2021. The Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, the Sun, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, the Knight of Wands, and the Two of Swords. And the Two of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Looks like you have some decisions to make this month. All right, so we've got these nines. Look at all these nines. So you're coming to the end of a cycle this month. Nine of Wands represents a struggle. And you're kind of getting battle weary. You might have been struggling in a relationship or struggling to achieve a goal in some kind of situation in a relationship. And maybe things haven't been going the way you want them to, and you're about ready to give up. Because the Nine of Wands is like, I just keep trying. I don't know, maybe I should just quit. But the Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up. Because people usually quit just before they're about to achieve their goal. So you just have to give it one last shot, and you might actually win what you're looking to achieve in this relationship. Sometimes the Nine of Wands can mean a situation you thought that was done and over with and settled comes back into your life again. So it could be that you're reconnecting with someone from the past, may come back. Then you have the King of Cups here. So you could be dealing with a water sign, or if that's not, it could also be your energy. The King of Cups is someone who's very calm in a crisis. Someone who has very deep emotions, does not always show their emotions, very sensitive, but someone that you can go to and talk to them. They really understand, they have a lot of compassion. So you could be dealing with someone who's like that, or you yourself can be showing that side of you, that healing side of you. Maybe you're listening, maybe you're dealing with someone who's got a lot of problems, and they're coming to you for advice. Or you could be the one who's going to a good friend to figure out, what do I do? Because I feel like there's decisions, a lot of mental stress I'm seeing, and decisions that need to be made. Now you have the Sun in the past, so this is interesting because the Sun represents connecting with someone. The Sun could be a marriage card. It's connecting with someone that brings a lot of joy into your life. Someone that you really had a lot of fun with, and you really you feel good around this person. The Eight of Wands is in the recent past. That's like feelings of love. So you might have connected with someone that really brought out joy into your life, or love. You might have felt like feelings developed quickly with this person. Because the Eight of Wands could mean the arrows of love. Messages, opportunities opening up, things happening quickly. But this is in the past. And you have this Two of Wands. You have these twos. So I feel like there's like the potential to partner with someone, but for some reason you're kind of on the fence about it. And it could be because you have this Two of Swords as an outcome card, that there might be, maybe you're not communicating with this person. And you're kind of deciding, what do I do? Do I reach out and communicate? Or do I not reach out and communicate? And you might even be waiting for the other person to reach out and communicate with you. Because the Two of Swords is like a stalemate card. Like, well, I'm not calling, but they're not calling me either, you know? So somebody has to break the ice. The Nine of Swords coming up in the future is a card of worry and mental stress. So you might be like overthinking something. I feel like, you know, you have the potential for a good relationship or a partnership, or, you know, but there's a lot of conflict around it. You're overthinking it. You're afraid to reach out. The Five of Wands is in the future. The Five of Wands can represent conflict. Maybe you feel like there's a lot of competition. It could be somebody, it could be two things. One, you could be like, you know, interested in someone that has a lot of people around them, and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I could compete. You know, I don't know if I can, you know, you may feel like you don't want to fight the competition or something. But it could also mean internal struggle, the Five of Wands. Like, I don't know what to do, and I'm conflicted within myself. Do I want this? Do I not want this? I don't know. There's all this thinking. I'm feeling all this thinking. Now, you have the Nine. Here's another Nine. So you've got the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, Nine of Pentacles. This is a card of someone who is comfortable financially. Maybe you have a little bit kind of independence. You're okay with your career, like you're doing your job, whatever, and you're doing okay financially. Or you might even have a house. You might be living alone in a house, because this is the woman who's enjoying their garden, and she's got, you know, she's got material success, but she's feeling lonely. Now, this could be a male or female, and she's like, you know, what good is me having all these material things if I don't have someone to share it with? Because Libra is all about partnership. Libra loves to bond, likes partnership. You like being in a relationship. You like being married, or even if not married, at least partnered with someone, sharing, you know, a loving relationship. And so you're kind of feeling lonely. At the same time, you're like, all this mental stress, and like, I don't know, maybe you've been busy at work with the Nine of Wands and you don't have time for love, but you might be thinking about someone from the past that you had some good times with, and you might be thinking, should I reconnect? Now, this card has a hawk on it. That's her power animal. So the hawk usually means, you know, a message is coming. It also represents having insight into a situation, like trusting your intuition. So you might be, don't fall into negative thinking, because you have this card which can mean a message is coming, and you're thinking, no, forget it. I'm not, you know, it's in your negative thinking section. Now, in your environment, you have the Magician. So this could mean that you're interested in someone who's a really good communicator, someone who's very creative, very capable. But it also means you have all the talent you need to make something happen. You just have to go out and get it. You have to take action. You have to visualize a positive outcome. It's about creating magic in your life through expecting, you know, through your thoughts. Like, your thoughts create your reality. And if you think positive thoughts, you're going to manifest positive things. But if you only think negative, like, oh, I'll never have this, I'll never have that, or this won't work, that won't, then it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you have to focus on manifestation, and you have to start with controlling your mind, controlling your thoughts. Don't get caught up in this Nine of Swords energy where you're worrying about, oh, what could go wrong? Everything. What if I do this? This could happen. If I do that, that could happen. And you're like shooting yourself in the foot. It's like you can't move, because the minute you want to take action, you've got that thought, that fear comes in, like, oh, maybe that's not, you know, maybe it's not going to work. Maybe I'll be embarrassed. Maybe I'll be rejected, you know, whatever. So you have to take action. Don't let the gremlins control of your mind. You have to be in control of your thoughts and what you want. You've got the Knight of Wands here in your wish fulfillment sector. That can mean a couple of things. One, you could be thinking about moving or changing a job. The Knight of Wands is like a card of adventure. I'm ready for a new adventure. Maybe you're tired of where you live, or you're tired of the work that you're doing. You want to do something else. That usually comes up when there's a change of residence or a change of job on the horizon. But it could also represent a person that's kind of here today, gone tomorrow. Like, you might be interested in someone who's a lot of fun when they're around, but they're not very reliable. Like, they're here when they're there, you can enjoy them, you can have fun with them. But then, they don't always keep their promises, or they don't always follow through on what they say. So you may feel like like you might be interested in a player. That's the Knight of Wands can sometimes be a player. And in some cases, maybe you want to be the player. I don't know. It's either you or the other person. But I feel like it's because it's a wish fulfillment. I feel like you're really ready for a new adventure. And that could involve travel. Maybe you want to travel to go see someone, or you might just want to get out of town, just shake things up a little. And you have this Two of Swords. It's like you're blocking. Here you are, Two of Swords on the fence, trying to decide. The Two of Swords is like stalemate. Like, I know I have to make a decision. I have to make a choice. I have to either take action or not take action. But I can't make up my mind, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to sit there. And I think on some level you might be hoping that someone comes along and makes the decision for you, or takes the action. Maybe you're hoping that the person you're interested in will reach out first, so you don't have to make the decision. But you have to overcome. I feel like love is available to you. You can manifest it, but you have to either make up your mind and take action, and stop, making yourself crazy, overthinking, and just go for it. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you have a new moon in the 12th house. Now that is good because the 12th house it's a psychological house. It's a house of secrets. Sometimes it's the house of hidden enemies. Most of the time it's about psychological blocks. You have to dig deep. Where am I working against myself? What do I need to see and change in my psyche, in my blind spots? I have to look and see what's there. How am I blocking myself from connecting to others? So you have an opportunity to make progress in that area. You have Mars there, and you have a new moon. A new moon is like a new beginning. You have new energy. So if you ever wanted to really go for counseling, and maybe this King of Cups represents counseling, because sometimes he can represent a counselor, to help you overcome your fears or your confusion, you might need to talk to someone and see, what is it that's holding me back? Why am I afraid to take action? Why am I afraid to make a decision? Mars, the moon is trine Uranus, so and Uranus is in your 8th house. So I feel like this new beginning can bring changes in your life. Can bring, because Uranus is like the freedom. It's breaking you free. And it's a trine, so it's a supportive energy in this case. So, and the 8th house is connected to the 12th. The 8th house is the house of, the dark side, your fears, if you're afraid of intimacy, or confronting your demons. So I think that this would be a good time to really go for either counseling or really do some thinking about, how can I break free of whatever is preventing me from connecting with someone on a deep, intimate level. Confront those demons, confront those fears. You have an opportunity to do this now. Mars is also trine Pluto. So it's giving you that energy and that power and that ambition. It's giving you that strength to go deep. Pluto is, he's the lord of the underworld, but what it really means is go beneath the surface, dig up those skeletons, dig up those fears. Whatever you're afraid of can control you from an unconscious place. And Pluto's in your 4th house right now, so you are going through issues around childhood, family, early childhood programming. These are things that you need to really confront, and it will help you to bring, confront those demons, confront those blocks, those blind spots, whatever psychological, how you're self-sabotaging in a relationship or even in life. And you have a really great opportunity now to make progress in that area and to get rid of, drop the baggage. You've got Venus in your first house. So Venus is, when Venus moved into Libra, it's attracting love. It's making you charming. You have Mercury in Libra, so you're more communicative. It's a really good time to reach out and communicate. Mercury is trine Saturn in your fifth house, and you've got Jupiter in the fifth house. That's the house of fun, romance, pleasure, having fun, doing something fun, children, creative self-expression. So you have an opportunity, especially because you have Venus and Mercury in your first house, trining. Well, Venus is not trining Saturn, but Mercury is. So you could really reach out and communicate. Venus is trining Jupiter. So you have opportunities here. And if you're deciding to make a commitment, or even if you're signing up for something, some creative project, or deciding I want to do something that's more creative, if you're deciding to change jobs or something, it's bringing you opportunity. And whatever you're signing up for, it can last. You're not going to be, following a path that's going to just be a fly-by-night thing. I mean, you could really make strong connections right now. Strong. You're thinking, when Mercury is trine Saturn, you're really giving it some serious thought. You're really thinking seriously about the direction that your life is going, and about relationships with children, or with, some of you may decide to have children. Some of you may decide you're ready for that responsibility. Some of you may decide to start dating again if you haven't dated, or do something that, if your work if it's been all work and no play, you may decide to explore some creative aspect, some creative side. Bring more art or music or any kind of creativity, even writing, creative writing, into your life. Now, Venus in the first is squaring Pluto in the eighth. So there could be some power struggles. No, Pluto in the fourth, I'm sorry. Venus square Pluto is intense. So if you're meeting someone, now, because Pluto's in the fourth, there could be some power struggles around the home. If you're living with someone, there could be manipulation, jealousy. Maybe you're arguing over money, or someone does not like the new flirty side of you, and they want to limit you. They're jealous of your flirtations or whatever. So you want to watch out for those. If you want to be careful of strong emotions and passionate feelings, because it could create some tension. When Venus is square Pluto, they're feeling, you may fear betrayal. You may be dealing with issues around betrayal, loyalty, jealousy, power struggles, who has the upper hand in the relationship, and who's manipulating the situation. Now, when Mars moves into Libra, Mars is moving into your sign. It's going to give you energy, because it's going to be in your first house. You're going to really feel that push when Mars goes into Libra. And that will be in the middle of the month, around the 16th. So that's the time to really, take action. You may, because when Mars was in the 12th house in Virgo, you might have been angry about something and not talking about it. Stewing behind the scenes, keeping your anger, hidden, or your feelings hidden, or your passions hidden, because Mars represents passion, anger, aggression, even ambition. Wherever Mars is, that's where your energy is. So when Mars moves into your first house, you're going to be more assertive, more aggressive, more I'm going to take action. I can do this. It's going to give you that energy. So you've been feeling tired in the past couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks, you're going to start to feel energetic when Mars moves into your sign. And the good thing about now this full moon is happening in your 6th house and the 12th house. So the 6th house is, the 6th house is where the full moon is, but the sun is going to be in the 12th. So whenever you have a full moon, the sun is in the opposite place of where the moon is. So if the moon's in the 6th, the sun's in the 12th. And what that means, so that's your psychological houses, your health, your employment. 6th house has to do with work, And the moon is kind of, Neptune's there too, so you may be confused about something going on at work, or there might be some revelations about what's happening in your job. Things are going to come to the surface. Whatever's hidden, because you have 6 and 12 being activated. So anything that you've been keeping a secret might come out. So, and it could be a good thing. If you have some blind spots that you need to see, you'll be aware of that. If someone has been working against you, you may see that. If you've been idealizing someone, you might start to see the truth in their nature. It's also a good time to see if you have any health issues. You might be aware, like, you know what? I need to start taking better care of my health. I need to more work-life balance. Now, the moon is opposing Mars at this full moon. It's an out-of-sign opposition. So, you really need to, it's really telling you, whatever you find out at this full moon, you're going to feel like, you know what, I'm going to change my life. Like if you find out you need to, get a better health regimen, or if you find out you have some psychological thing that you need to take care of, you're going to want to do it. You're going to want to put the energy towards it, because Mars is in the first house, and Mars is giving you that ambition and that drive to make changes. Now, the good thing about this Mars is part of a grand trine with Saturn and the North Node. So Mars in your first house is trining Saturn in the 5th house and the North Node in the 9th house. So you might be thinking about travel. You might be thinking about going back to school, because the 9th house is higher education, teaching, learning, travel, connecting with foreigners, someone who's at it, like different than you, or maybe you might decide to go, because Saturn's in your 5th house. If you're connecting with someone the 5th house is romance. So if you're connecting with someone under the influence of Saturn, there could be an age difference in the partnership, where one person is more like the parent than the other. And because the 9th house is brought in, you may have to travel to see this person. Or you may feel like they're a different culture than you. They had a different background than you. Like you were raised under different circumstances. And they may have different belief systems than you. So you're going to be like they're going to be expanding your awareness. This relationship will be a growth relationship if you form something under this aspect. Now, at the same time, Mercury is trine Jupiter. It's also going to be, so it's a good time for communication. If you want to reach out to someone, Mercury trine Jupiter, there's an opportunity to talk and to communicate. And Jupiter's in your 5th house. So if you're looking for romance this month, or if you're looking for fun, and just to get out and do something enjoyable, that you may need to communicate. Mercury's in the 1st house, so you're going to be more talkative. But it's also squaring Pluto. So that's like the thing this month is the Venus square Pluto and Mercury square Pluto. Those are the problem areas. Because Pluto is so intense. And you have Pluto in your 4th house. So there could be, if you have arguments with people that you're living with, they could get, be careful, watch what you say. Just don't go overboard. Don't get angry and then say something you wish you didn't say. Because Mercury square Pluto can be harsh in communication. You really get into it's like the arrow hitting its mark. You're not thinking about somebody's feelings. Now, normally Libras are very diplomatic and they don't try to hurt people's feelings. But you could get angry, especially with Mars in your 1st house, and blurt something out that, you've been stifling for all these months while Mars is in the 12th, or all these weeks. So just watch your communication style, because it could get intense. Let's see, what else? Then Mercury goes retrograde at the end of the month. And Mercury's in your 1st house. That's affecting you could be connecting with people from the past when Mercury goes retrograde. I think it probably wouldn't happen in September. It may happen more in October, because Mercury's going to retrograde through most of October. So you could be going back to something that you dealt with in the past, and you may revisit it. So I feel like, and then Venus, I forgot about Venus. Venus is opposing Uranus this month, at the end of the month. Venus is in Scorpio in your second house, and it's opposing Uranus in the eighth. So there could be some surprises around money and financial support that you're receiving from others. It could go either way. I'm not going to say it could be good or bad. It could be that you get unexpected income, because Venus in the second usually brings abundance. Could be unexpected, you know. You get an inheritance, or you get some kind of financial support, some financial backing, or you get a grant or a loan from a bank. It could even be a love relationship that comes out of the blue, and it brings more intimacy in your life. With Uranus, you never know. All you can know about Uranus is that it's going to be unexpected, come out of left field. But usually the opposition involves some type of power struggle. But Uranus is really wanting to free you from any blocks. So I think it could be a freeing aspect too. Like if you've been avoiding intimacy, Uranus may bring someone suddenly into your life that you have a deep connection with, and it's kind of like exciting. Uranus can bring excitement. It doesn't promise longevity like Saturn does, but it will be exciting while it lasts. So maybe that's what you need right now. If you're in a rut, you could use a little excitement, a new adventure. So I feel like you have the potential for love and adventure this month, but it's going to involve you taking action, you communicating, breaking the stalemate, and stop not overthinking, and also working on your fears, working on what's holding you back. So that's my forecast, Libra, for this month. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, leave a comment in the comment box below. Click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. That helps support the channel. If you want a private reading where we talk about just your specific issues that are, because this is a general reading, it may not hit everyone, it might not resonate with everyone, but if you'd like a reading where we can talk about just your information and your life and your situation specifically, click on the link in the description box and it will take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. So in the meantime, Libra, have a happy birthday if you're celebrating a birthday in September. Don't be afraid to reach out. Stop overthinking. Go after this sun. Go after your dreams. You've got it. And you might even get a surprise message with this Nine of Pentacles and the Hawk card. A message might be coming. So, but if you don't get the message in time, maybe it's up to you to break the ice and send out the message. So anyway, enjoy September. I hope you have a wonderful September, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.